Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here. And sticking to the theme of what videos I covered last night or this morning, if you like, I thought I'd talk about another idea I have of there being a summit or conference or range of summits and conferences to or whatnot, or committees even, to look into ways to attract investment into Italian football. So it's an idea of mine where I thought there could be like conferences, events, summits, or whatever, where it looks at the where Italian football looks at the best possible ways to attract investment from some of the biggest companies in the world, really. Like to look at things like Fortune 500 companies and how they can invest in Italian football. So just for a bit of fun, I thought I'd share this idea, although maybe I should keep it secret. But yeah, obviously I've got to share the idea to make it happen, I suppose. But yeah, so I think it'd be pretty cool if Italy and different parts of Italy looked at ways to either online or even physically in the future, if you know what I mean. Like for now, it could be virtually or online, but in the future, it could be where they actually meet up and invite some of the biggest companies to look at ways into how to make Italian football the most attractive to investors, and possibly look at ways Italian politicians and councillors can work with the Italian FA, the F.I.G.C, to look at ways to provide tax cuts and incentives and other such incentives to encourage maybe even access to Italian markets for people to invest in Italian football. So it can be a part of what looking into how to make Italian football great again, like it used to be. So yeah, I thought I'd share that idea, and I hope that Italy develops this idea, and Celtic in Glasgow develops similar ideas, hopefully before any other teams or any other leagues, and hopefully it'll benefit Italian football and Celtic respectively, as I'm a fan of both of those. So hopefully bring in some of the biggest and wealthiest possible companies around the world, like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and companies like that, to look into ways to encourage them to invest in Italian football, and like invest in spaces or places for sports, in Italy's case for football, where they have footballs and opportunities for all possible young people to get into football, like academies, investing in academies and footballs in schools, and like fundraising for funding the training of younger players. So yeah, I thought I'd share this idea, as I say, which is an idea I'm fairly passionate about, and hopefully Italy will find a way to ensure that they lead this field and get there for any other countries perhaps, and hopefully, although it's not an idea that they could really copyright, perhaps, maybe that is an idea, maybe they could copyright it or trademark protect it or whatever, but I'm not sure what the rules are on that, but it'd be pretty cool if they could, of course. But yeah, so going along with some of the themes I talked about before about attracting investment into Italian football, I think it'd be pretty cool, as I say, if they were like, as I say, conferences, events, summits, committees, think tanks, and that sort of thing, to look into ways to perhaps talk to those big companies and talk about what sort of things they would want in return for, like I'm sure tax cuts, access to markets and things like that, obviously return on investment and things like that, but to invest in things like academies, and as I say, footballs in schools and parks, and opportunities for maybe even fun, like donating footballs to people in Italy, and like the Italian FA could work with FIFA, UEFA, and other football organisations around the world, and also NGOs and charities, especially like to help poorer and disadvantaged people in Italy. I know it's kind of a first or second world country, but as a fan of Italian football, I'd love to get more people into football, and perhaps helping people from disadvantaged backgrounds, and like cutting crime through football and encouraging people to play football as much as possible, and like bringing back the pride to Italian football. Again, cutting back on crime, and maybe offering for good behaviour. If young people in Italy or people generally behave well, they could be given opportunities to play football. And I think it'd be great if there were opportunities for young players to learn from older players and to learn from coaching. Again, I'd love to see the best possible, the wealthiest possible owners, coaches, and also the best possible coaches, managers, and players being brought into Italian football as ambassadors, coaches, managers, and that sort of thing, and also bring in the best possible players who would hopefully want to come and play under those managers, especially if more money is involved, which is a big thing in football nowadays. So so hopefully I'll cover this idea again, maybe on the 23rd, because 23 is a number which I use for like fundraising ideas. But I thought I'd cover that idea now for a bit of fun, because I couldn't think of much else to cover. So as ever, I hope people out there enjoy this video and will leave any feedback, any ideas or suggestions you have, and hopefully it'll work out. And again, like, also it'd be great if Celtic in Glasgow did a similar thing and invited the wealthiest possible companies, again, investors, to come into Celtic Park to talk about bringing in investment into Celtic, and again into the academies and the foundation and things like that, and bringing in even better players, and having 5-10 year plans and things like that. So again, especially for the youth and things like that. And although Ange Postecoglou is doing a good job at the moment, the Celtic manager, I think obviously having plans for the future as well, contingency plans or whatever, and in 2 or 3 years, if we need a new manager, hopefully obviously getting the best possible managers, investments and players and things like that. So anyway, I am out. Peace and love.